everybody back to Multiplex Movie Melee. I am your host, Payson, the Cinemaster Johnson, and we have an exciting new match in the Platinum Ticket 2024 tournament. Tonight we are seeing the number 2 seed, Will the Virtuoso Cohen, going up against the number 11 seed, Jim the Wolf Green. The last time we saw Will was late last year when he unfortunately lost to Cameron Holtzman in what would have gotten him to a number 1 contender match. The last time we saw Jim Green was in a really good match against Luis Boob. It came down to the last question, and Jim just unfortunately could not pull it. I think it's going to be a very exciting match. On the desk with me, I got my incredible co-host, beautiful man, Dylan, the Vicious Van Thigh. Dylan, how are you doing tonight?
I'm very good. Yeah, this should be a good one. Yeah, like you said, Will just had a great season last year, just in singles and teams. Like, he made it far in both divisions. And Jim is one part of an undefeated team right now, 1-0, the self-titled team of Jim, which also has Mike in it. But yeah, so you can never count him out. It should be a good match today. I'm looking forward to it. Yeah.
I agree. Yeah. Once again, to explain with everyone, the Platinum Ticket Tournament, Kaleb Koho, God bless his soul, no longer with us here over at Multiplex, did vacate the belt after last year because, as you all know, no longer with us, God bless his soul. So whoever wins this tournament will become the new singles champion. Dylan, I said we head right into pre-match interviews, starting with our first competitor tonight, the number 11 seed, Jim the Wolf Green. Jim, how are you doing tonight?
I'm good. I didn't know Boatman died.
Yeah, it's unfortunately, God bless his soul, retired as champ. But yeah, how are you feeling coming into the match? I know, Will, you have been one of the longest reigning competitors in this league. Will came into the league, I believe, in 2021. Are you excited to be facing some new blood?
Yeah, this is the hat guy from Miscellaneous I've seen, so I know he knows a lot about random shit. So it'll be fun to play him in movie shit instead of random shit.
Yes, Miscellaneous, where Will and John became the parents of Andrew James Barr. But I say we move right into our second interview of the night, that being Will the Virtuoso Cohen. Will, the number 2 seed in this tournament, followed by your manager, John Marr, the other father of Andrew James Barr. Will, Jim is someone that's been around this league for a while. You've definitely made your name over the past few years. How are you feeling coming into the match tonight?
I don't know. I feel fine. I have seen Jim play in both leagues. I actually got to play Jim over in Fandom last year. That was a lot of fun. We got to play in both teams and singles. So this is the first time I've got getting to face him in Melee. I am sans hat today. Much to the chagrin of my boy here, John, but also much to the delight of Cody Newberry. So we're just here to have some fun.
Just here to have fun. So, some notes. First of all, it's Luis Boos. Jason, don't call him Boob. That's you're an ugly American now. I do still like you. It's a very ugly American thing to do. Okay. Secondly, Jim stole my Kaleb Boatman is dead joke, so I have to scrap that. And then thirdly, since Nazario isn't here, I have to also scrap all of my Carlos Mencia from Wish jokes. So let's just get to the match.
All right. Well, I'm just going to run right past that one, but we're going to head right into round one. Round one's going to work like this. Competitors will get 8 questions from 8 different categories, worth 1 point apiece. They will have 15 seconds to write their answers on their board. And if they get all 8 questions right, they will receive a bonus question. Competitors will have 3 repeats, and 1 challenge to use throughout the duration of the match. Competitors, any questions before we head right into round one? All right, in which case I'm going to hit you with your first question. Reminder, keep your hands on screen. Your first question will come to you in the category of crime. Who plays bank robber Sonny Wartzik in Dog Day Afternoon? What did you do this afternoon, Dylan?
Not much, honestly. It was a pretty boring day. I tried to submit for classes, actually, and got denied because of the system error, so that fucking sucked.
Yeah, like most weekday afternoons, I was teaching. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Will, we will go to you.
I said Al Pacino.
And we'll go to Jim.
I said the other Corleone guy, Robert De Niro.
Al Pacino is correct. Will take the 1-point lead.
Yep. So your next question will come in the category of sci-fi/fantasy. In The Matrix, when Neo is walking with Morpheus down the street, he gets distracted by a woman wearing what specific clothing item?
Speaking of The Matrix, what's your favorite Rage Against the Machine song?
Oh, that's a great question. I mean, I listen to Bulls on Parade almost every day, so.
That's a great one. If I'm being honest, it might be Wake Up because of The Matrix.
That's a good one. Yeah.
5, 4.
Had that as my alarm for a while.
1. That is awesome. Jim, we'll go to you.
I can't remember. I just said sunglasses.
We'll go to Will.
Shout out to Killing in the Name of as well, but I said red dress.
Did you not even notice the woman wearing the red dress? That is correct for 1 point. Your third question will be coming in the category of scores and soundtracks. In Little Miss Sunshine, Olive does a dance routine to what song at the beauty pageant?
So in the Multiplex graveyard, do you think Kaleb Boatman is buried next to Miscellaneous?
Ooh. Either next to Miscellaneous or next to...
Do we need the artist?
No.
Okay.
No. I was going to mention some competitors that aren't allowed to play here anymore, so I'm just going to move right past.
No.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. Will, we will go to you.
I'm fairly sure it's wrong. I said come and get your love.
We will go to Jim.
Super Freak.
Super Freak is correct, Jim.
Good pull.
Does that lead?
Yep. So your next question will come in the category of musicals. Which 80s musical will you find the following characters? Agatha Hannigan, Oliver Warbucks, and Rooster.
Now, if you were to take any of these names as your new name, what would you take?
Rooster, pretty
There's one choice. The answer.
Jordan is watching Sing Along Hamilton in the living room, so I can hear it. Hopefully you can't.
Oh, spoiler, it was unfortunately Hamilton. No, it's not. That's not a movie. Jim, we will go to you.
Shout out Tim Curry. It's Annie.
And we will go to Will.
Annie.
Annie is correct.
The sun will come out
Tomorrow.
Your next question will be coming to you in the category of Oscars. What is the only Oscar 2011's Beginners won?
This is a very timely question.
I know the Oscar nominations came out this morning. I was up at 6:30. Were you up?
No, I forgot that it happened this morning until I got a bunch of notifications.
Gosh, you are a dick sometimes. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I do love you. Will, we will go to you.
I said best supporting actor.
We will go to Jim.
I said editing.
Best supporting actor is correct. Will gets that one.
Your next question will come in the category of horror. What is the full name of the character who ends up killing Dracula in 1931's Dracula?
Okay. I knew. Yep.
Yeah, I think there's a mistake here. Should we just... Are we taking the full name or are we taking the last name?
Last name.
Yeah, okay.
Just
the last name.
Let's give him a technical. Let's give him a technical.
Yeah. What is the last name of the character who ends up killing Dracula in 1931's Dracula?
Okay.
If you want to give us the full name, sure. But yeah.
Really funny story. I know you don't like the Oscars, but when Christopher Plummer did win for Beginners, he opened his speech with an incredible line where he grabbed the Oscar and said, "You're only 4 years older than me. Where have you been all my life?" Because he won. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Jim, we will go to you.
I don't know, but Van Helsing kills vampires.
We'll go to Will.
I believe it is Abraham Van Helsing.
Van Helsing is correct. Dylan, thank you for catching that. I thought his first name was Van.
Yeah, so that's what happened. All right.
For penultimate question, will be coming to you in the category of romance. What sport does Oliver play in 1970s Love Story?
Yeah, there was even a question mark next to Van Helsing, so I was like, were you confident that was...
I wrote this round one. I genuinely thought that was it. That was my bad.
Not Van Helsing. It was Van Helsing.
Have you seen Love Story, Dylan?
No.
Not good. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Will, we will go to you.
Good. Then I don't feel bad about not knowing this. I said tennis.
I said
We'll go-
soccer.
Both incorrect. We were looking for hockey.
Hockey.
Or-
Okay.
So then your final question of round number 1 will come in the category of directors. What was the directorial debut of James L. Brooks?
Guy covered on Blank Check. Haven't got to this series yet, but Blank Check, best podcast out there.
That's fair. I only just recently got into their stuff.
Nice. I'm going to talk to you about that later.
Stop
5,
on 2024.
3, 2, 1. Jim will go to you.
I did not write an answer.
Okay. And we'll go to Will.
I had no idea. I said defending your life.
Albert Brooks directed Defending Your Life, but the directorial debut of James L. Brooks is Terms of Endearment.
Oh, damn it. Okay.
You were thinking
So
of Boatman, so you thought of the Albert.
Yeah. God bless his soul, rest in peace.
Rip.
With that, we are going to be going to round 2. I have the score of Will 5, Jim 3. Is that what you have, Dylan?
Yep.
All right. Well, anything can happen as we go into round number 2, also known as our wheel round. Both competitors will get a spin at the wheel, whatever category they land on. They will get 5 questions in that category worth 2 points apiece. If they check down the multiple, they will get 1 point. If they don't like the category they spin on first, they are afforded a respin, but they must keep whatever category they land on then. But be on the lookout because your opponent can steal your questions. Your categories in your lovely wheel tonight are Sandra Bullock rom-coms, which are Will's strength, Paul Walker Fast and Furious, which is Jim's strengths, as well as recent releases, Oscars, mystery thrillers, sports, comedy, and romance. Will, you are in the lead. Would you like to go first or defer?
I would like to defer, please.
Yeah. Good job, Will. I'll come back when it's your turn to spin.
Okay.
Then Jim, this is going to be your spin. You land on the category. You land on spinner's choice. What would you like, Jim?
Let's take the Fast and Furious, the family films, please.
Paul Walker Fast and Furious it is.
And just a request, I usually close my eyes when I'm thinking, so please, if you're counting down, just say it. Don't just do the fingers, please. Just please, just small.
Okay. Dylan, would you like to hit with his Fast and Furious questions?
Sure thing. Your first question in Paul Walker Fast and Furious. In which Fast film does Dom catch a character taking a computer chip out of a car for the main... Sorry, let me try that again. In which Fast film does Dom catch a character taking a computer chip of a car for the main villain?
Five, 4, 3,
Repeat.
2.
Okay, that is your first repeat. Your question again. In which Fast film does Dom catch a character taking a computer chip of a car for the main villain?
It's Vince. It has to be Brazil. It has to be Rio. Fast 5.
That is correct for 2 points.
Good tie game.
So your next question. Who plays LAPD Sergeant Tanner in The Fast and the Furious?
Ted Levine.
That is correct for 2 points. Your third question. In Furious 7, what country does Brian send Mia and their son Jack to hide out in until the situation with Shaw is taken care of?
Five, 4, 3, 2,
Multiple
1.
choice.
All right. Your options are A, Costa Rica, B, Dominican Republic, C, Jamaica, or D, Belize.
Belize.
That is incorrect. Will, for the 1 point steal, is it A, Costa Rica, B, Dominican Republic, C, Jamaica, or D, Belize?
Dominican Republic.
That is correct for the 1 point steal.
Okay.
Your penultimate question penultimate question in this category, Jim. In Fast and Furious 6, what is the name of the military-grade weapon that can be used to shut down power grids?
Fast and Furious 6. Is that the one with Natalie Manuel?
5, 4,
Multiple choice.
Right. Your options are A, Nightshade, B, Supernova, C, Blackout, or D, Overcast.
It's Nightshade.
That is correct for 1 point. Now your final question in this category. At the end of Too Fast, Too Furious, Brian and Roman drive a car into what specific type of transportation?
Okay, well, how specific are we being? It's a yacht. It's a boat. It's a boat / yacht.
That is correct. We had yacht here.
All right, so after that, I have Jim getting a score up to 10, but Will getting a 1 point steal, getting a score up to 6. Is that what you have, Dylan?
That is what I have, yep.
All right, then we will bring in John and the wheel for Will's first spin.
Oh, forgot to bring in John. Whoops. There he is.
All right, Will, your first spin is in. And you land on the category of Oscars. Would you keep it or spin again?
I think I'd like to spin again.
I think you should spin again. You know, these nerds write hard Oscar questions, so you need to spin that again.
All right.
Their favorite one is the Grouch.
You land on the category of opponent's choice. Jim, what would you like to give Will?
I've heard these nerds write hard Oscar questions, so we'll
It's
give
true.
Oscars.
All right.
All right. Will, I will be giving you your questions in the category of Oscars.
Okay.
Your first question. How many acting nominations did 2018's A Star is Born receive? Five.
Just to be safe, multiple choice, please.
All right, your multiple choice options. Is it A, 2, B, 3, C, 4, or D, 5?
3.
3 is correct.
Should have shot for it.
Bradley Cooper, Lady Gaga, Sam Elliott.
Right.
Your second question. What film won Best Picture for films released in 1967?
Multiple choice, please.
Your multiple choice options. Is it A, In the Heat of the Night, B, Oliver, C, Guess Who's Coming to Dinner, or D, The Graduate?
The Graduate.
That is incorrect, Jim. A chance for a 1 point steal. Is it A, In the Heat of the Night, B, Oliver, C, Guess Who's Coming to Dinner, or D, The Graduate?
I've seen Guess Who's Coming to Dinner, and I don't think it's that. So it's between the other two. In the Heat of the Night.
That is correct for a 1 point steal.
Good job.
Your third question in the category of Oscars. What is the only Oscar The Chronicles of Narnia, The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe won?
Multiple choice, please.
Here are your multiple choice options. Is it A, Best Sound Mixing, B, Best Visual Effects, C, Best Makeup, or D, Best Costume Design?
Can you hear those options one more time, please?
Absolutely. Is it A, Best Sound Mixing, B, Best Visual Effects, C, Best Makeup, or D, Best Costume Design?
Sound mixing.
That is incorrect, Jim. A chance for a 1-point steal. Is it A, best sound mixing, B, best visual effects, C, best makeup, or D, best costume design?
You said sound mixing. That was okay. I'm gonna say D.
D, best costume design is also incorrect. We're looking for C, best makeup.
I knew the visuals was the the red herring there.
All right, Will, your penultimate question in the category of Oscars. Who was the first person to win Best Director in back-to-back years? Five, four.
Multiple choice, please.
Your multiple choice options. Is it A, Joseph L. Mankiewicz, B, Frank Capra, C, John Ford, or D, William Wyler?
You were cutting out. Can I get those options one more time, please?
Absolutely. Is it A, Joseph L. Mankiewicz, B, Frank Capra, C, John Ford, or D, William Wyler?
I'm going to say John Ford.
That is correct for 1 point.
Oh, okay.
And your final question in the category of Oscars. Babel, Frida, and All Quiet on the Western Front 2022 all won what Oscar?
Best score?
That is correct for 2 points.
Yeah, baby.
All right, so after that, I have Will getting his score up to 10, but Jim with a steal able to keep the lead with 11. Is that what you have, Dylan?
That is what I have, yep.
All right, but anything can happen as we go into round 3, also known as our Pick Your Poison round. Competitors before the match went back and forth drafting categories that will be used in round 3, and they will choose whatever category they want in a draft style to be used for a 1, 2, 3, and 4-point level. The categories that were chosen tonight were musicals, sports, romantic comedy, recent releases, comic book movies, mystery thriller, and fandom. Your competitors will be choosing their categories right now. All right, competitors have chosen their categories. Jim chose his categories of fandom, recent releases, comic book movies, and sports. Will chose his categories of romantic comedies, comedy, musicals, and mystery thrillers. Because Will is behind, we are going to start with him. Will, what category would you like for your 1-pointer?
Let's do mystery thriller first, please.
All right, Dylan, whenever you're ready.
All right, so your 1-point question in the category of mystery/thriller. Who directed Mulholland Drive?
David Lynch.
That is correct for 1 point.
Tying the game, so we are going to go to Jim because he has more questions remaining. Jim, what category would you like for your 1-pointer?
Recent
releases. Okay. Your 1-pointer in the category of recent releases. Dumb Money is about everyday people that flip the script on Wall Street and get rich by buying stock in what retail company?
I actually just watched a video where it was like 2000s, year 2000. We went to GameStop and the Dreamcast was big. It's GameStop.
GameStop is correct for 1 point.
Look at all these Dreamcast games. I'm like, oh, cool.
Dreamcast is a great system. All right, so we are going to be going back to Will for his 2-pointer. What category would you like for your 2-pointer?
We'll do comedy.
Okay.
All right, your question in the category of comedy. Who plays Joanna, a waitress that Peter falls in love with in Office Space?
Jennifer Aniston.
That is correct for 2 points.
Is this enough player for you?
Movie holds up. I'm just going to say
It
that.
absolutely does, especially in this economy.
All right, so Jim, we are going to go to you for your 2-pointer because Will did take the lead there. What category would you like for your 2-pointer?
Fandom.
Fandom. Okay. Your 2-pointer in the category of fandom. Who directed the most films in the Bourne franchise? Five, 4, 3, 2.
I don't know. No guess.
No answer. We were looking for Paul Greengrass. Directed 3 of them. So we are going to be sticking with you for your three-pointer. What category would you like for your three-pointer, Jim?
Sports.
Sports. All right. Your three-pointer in the category of sports. What is the animal-based name of the Western University basketball team coached by Nick Nolte's character in Blue Chips?
The Sharks.
That is incorrect. You were so close. We were looking for the Dolphins. Had the right biome, didn't have the right animal. So it does all come down to this. Jim must hit his four-pointer to stay in the game. If he hits it, he does bounce it back to Will to answer some more questions. If not, Will does win the game. So Jim, your four-pointer in the category of comic book movies. Reminder, you have 2 repeats left. In what comic book movie will you find the location Sky City and Arborea?
Comic book movie. Sky City.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That is your second repeat. In what comic book film will you find the locations of Sky City and Arborea?
Armoria.
Yes, I will give you a technical for that. That is my bad.
Armoria.
In what comic book movie will you find the locations Sky City and Arborea? Five, 4, 3, 2. That is your last repeat. In what comic book movie will you find the location Sky City and Arborea?
All I can hear is Hamilton right now.
5, 4, 3, 2.
I don't know.
1. And your winner, Bill, the virtuoso Cohen. We were looking for Flash Gordon. Flash Gordon was the answer. So we will be moving into post-match interviews, starting with our unfortunate second place finisher today. Jim, you had the lead coming out of round 2. You got your strength. You did pretty well in your strength. I think this just came down to round 3 not quite going your way. How are you feeling tonight?
I mean, I got the categories I wanted. It's just like Fandom's kind of just like a 50-50 on whether or not you're going to get a category you're really good at. And then I got a category I've seen. American Spies, I think I've seen like 70% of the movies in there, but I haven't seen any Bourne movies. So it was like, oh, Bourne. Okay. And then, I'm famously really shitty at directors. So it's a movie I haven't seen, and I'm bad at directors to begin with. So, and then it just kind of, went downhill from there.
That is fair. Well, that does bring you to the end of your run in the Platinum Ticket Tournament. When you do come back, who would you like to face?
Somebody with a worse record than me.
Someone with a worse record than you, punching down.
Yeah, exactly. Always punch down. Pad the record.
Well, thank you so much for showing up tonight, Jim. But we are going to be moving on to our winner tonight, Will Cohen, with his manager, John. Will, it sucks that it always sucks when you're playing a spinner's and opponent's choice game, and it's rare that players ever win that. But you did that tonight. You must be feeling pretty good to avenge this victory out. How are you feeling?
I feel really good. Those Oscars questions like really hammered me, and like the fact that like the Narnia question really pissed me off because like I even thought makeup like when it was read, but it's like, oh, but that makeup wasn't really impressive. But I also forgot that was 2005, and that was just a strange fucking year, anyways. No, all jokes aside, Jim definitely played better than I wanted him to. Let's just face that. He obviously loves the Fast and the Furious movies. He put it on the wheel, but the fact that I did get a steal off of that does make me happy. But yeah, this was a great match through and through. So I had fun. John, save me.
Yeah, we want to dedicate this match to two people. One, Nazario Montenegro for not being here, because he definitely would have challenged that Flash Gordon is a comic strip and not a comic book, and we'd be here for 10 minutes. So that's good. Thank you.
30 seconds, I would have told him to F off.
Yeah, thanks, Nazario, for not doing that. We appreciate not having our time wasted. Second, I want to dedicate this to the memory of Kaleb Boatman. And the only silver lining is that his parents have to pay for a child-sized coffin, not an adult-sized coffin. That's the only positive to that. And in case you didn't know, we did emancipate AJ Barr. He is his own man now. Also, though dead, died last season. So that was unfortunately a much larger coffin we had to pay for. So that's we should stop talking about people. I don't mean to talk about all this death. So
I'm starting to regret this bit, but not going to let it die. This doesn't mean you are going to be moving on in the Platinum Ticket Tournament. You are now one match away from a title match. You are going to be facing in round 2 the winner of the number 5 seed, Kaleb Koho, and the number 8 seed, Mark Menchaca. Of those two competitors, is there anyone you would like to face?
Honestly, can I say something first? Do you know the last time we were on camera with Kaleb Koho, he mocked me for like being bald? Let's just leave that as it is. Go ahead, Will.
I mean, honestly, Koho also needs to shave because he looks eerily like Louis C.K.
Yeah,
and just no. So after that, I'm sure Koho wants to face me. It would also be really interesting to face Mark though, because 2 years ago, he gave me my first loss in this league, and I've never really played him one-on-one since. I am a vastly different player than I was 2 years ago. When I faced him. So I think that would be extremely interesting. But again, I'm happy to face either one and take that challenge either way. Mark. I find Mark more intimidating, but at the same token, I actually hate Koho's strengths more than he hates mine. So we'll see what happens.
Will shouting out that he's not a big Max Landis fan, but thank you so much, Will, for coming out tonight.
Thank you.
Dylan, as we move into final thoughts, heading into final thoughts, it's rare for a competitor to win a spinner's and opponent's choice match, and we saw that tonight. So I just think, my number one thing I just want to say is props to Will for pulling that out. But Jim also played a great game too. He got his strength. Just some of the questions didn't go his way. What are your final thoughts?
Yeah, you said it. I mean, Jim showed up. He really capitalized on the spinners and opponent's choice. He knew what to give Will to get the lead going into round number 3. Just a bad string of luck, I think, with those last few questions there in round 3, which it happens. Will's a very strong player. He played a very strong game today. He didn't have to answer his 3 or 4, which I think is very impressive, especially, coming back from a spinners and opponent's choice game. It's really impressive stuff. So good job to him.
Yeah, I think whoever he faces round 2 is going to have a tough match. And I think Will's going to have a tough match because Koho versus Will or Mark versus Will is going to be a great match. But from everyone here at Multiplex Movie Melee, from Will, from Jim, from John, from everyone here, my name is Payson the Cinemaster Johnson. That is Dylan Vicious Van Thine. Have a good night.
Goodbye. Later. at the castle.
Think it'll work?
It would take a miracle. Bye-bye.